Then
Sure,
we can
ma'am.
start.
Sure. Go ahead, ma'am. Okay.
Mosi,
Yes, ma'am.
you can start.
Good. Okay, ma'am. Good morning to one and all present here. It gives me immense pleasure to introduce our chief guest of this section, Dr. N.P. Subramanian, Associate Professor, Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering, Puducherry Technological University, Puducherry. He completed his undergraduate from in Electrical and Electronics Engineering from Bharatiyar University in the year of 1997, and he completed his post-graduation from Annamalai University in the year of 2000. He received a doctorate from Anna University in the year of 2008, and research scholars are proceeding under his guidance. He is an eminent researcher with over 30 international journal publications and successfully presented more than 45 papers in various international and national conferences. Now I request Dr. N.P. Subramanian to take over the section and enlighten us with his lecture.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your nice introduction about me. Just tell me whether I can able to see my slide, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's clear, sir.
Okay, voice is clear, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Okay, ma'am. I'll continue. No problem. So, very good morning, participants. First, I have to thank the organizing team, Dr. Vidya ma'am, Ilangovan sir, and other team members who has given me opportunity as a resource person for AICTE Atal sponsored FTP on challenges and opportunities in execution of artificial for electric vehicle design. So I'm so happy to deliver my topic, that is my today's topic is power quality assessment of electric vehicle charging station using wavelet transform. Actually, if you see the topic, that is one of the very emerging topic and in today's field, because an electric vehicle is going to be play the major role in the forthcoming years together. So in that, I am going to concentrate about the quality issues when connect the more number of electrical vehicle through the charging stations, right? How this quality is going to be, power quality is going to be affect the impact on the power quality due to this EVCS, and some of the solution I'm going to propose by using the wavelet transform. So this is my today's presentation. So with this, right, I'm going to start my today presentation. And before go to the exact presentation, I request the audience just you can if you have, just listen the lecture. If you have any doubts, any queries, please make a note of the all doubts, queries. At the end of the session, we will discuss in depth. So whatever I know, we will discuss, right? Otherwise, I tell you the so resources where you can go get this type of information, everything. I tell you, and actually, I am the basically is a working in the power quality area, and recently we have taken this issue also, right, of how the when connect the electric vehicle charging station through the grid, right, what are the quality issues going to happen. We are started working recently. We got one AICTE project, RPS project in this particular area, so we started working with that. Just I'm going to give the brief information about the what is a quality assessment in the electric vehicle charge station and how to use the transform techniques, because in transforms just like an interdisciplinary area, right, how to use the transform techniques to analyze that quality issues. So that's my theme of this today's presentation. All right. So the outline of today's presentation is introduction about EV, because last 1 week most of the resource person, keynote persons have discussed about this more about EV technologies and how to charge for quick charges and various other type of converters used, right? And what is the artificial intelligence technique in this EV design, everything. I hope you are right to have gathered the more information on that. But I am going to introduce that EV related to my work, that is how the power quality is going to affect. So that is the introduction of EV and motivation, why we are going for the EV, and due to that, what is the issues, everything I am going to discuss. Then while EV is important, we already discussed, and also that we are have enough information about the importance of EV. Now we are connecting the EV to the grid and EV along with the electric vehicle charging station, that is abbreviated as EVCS. So here refers to EVCS means electric vehicle charging station. While connecting the more number of electrical vehicles with the long durations connected, what is the effect on the grid, utility grid? So there is a PQ issues, and what are the types of PQ issues going to happen when connecting when using this electrical vehicle, and some of the solutions. I'm going to methodology. We are going to propose it, and mainly these solutions based on the wavelet transform and the modeling of EVCS. One simple system I will consider and model it, right, using MATLAB. When you connect to the grid system, what are the results are obtained and THC and all. Then that results and discussion. Then some of the mitigation process, right? Some of the when problems happen, what are the solutions? So there is a mitigation process. Finally, conclusion, future direction of the research and this particular area and references. So this is my outline of today's presentation. So I'm going to take another 1 hour. So I'm going to try to cover the as much as possible to this topic. Okay, now coming to the introduction, electric vehicles like auto rickshaws, easy bike, electric bike are now popular due to the owing several advantages such as limit fossil fuel use, reduction of GHG emission, cheapest mode of transportation. So this is a well-known factor. Each and every one of you know that is electrical vehicle is almost zero pollution, so no emission at all. So that's why the electric vehicles becomes more popular, prominently is becoming popular among the people, irrespective of the the regions, right, from the various people, right. This will become very popular. The rapid increase in electric vehicles are consuming huge electrical power and creates a pressure on the power system. So this is where our areas, that is in my area, I'm going to concentrate here. When increase the electric vehicles, right, what is the stress on the power system? So that is my right point of focusing. So I'm going to concentrate here. In this presentation, the impacts of electric vehicle adaptation in the power system is analyzed by means of MATLAB simulation. Actually, EV vehicle power management, everything now recently the Homer software is much used, right? How to get the power consumption as well as the utilization of the power and what is the cost management, everything they are using the Homer software. Still we have not purchased that one. So whatever we have software with us, right, as of now, we have simulated, and just I'm going to discuss in the forum. Right. So now coming to the motivations, right? Electric vehicles are now consuming about 500 megawatt per day, which seems to be a threat to the power sectors. These are assumptions, right? Some countries, they are already started off using. In our country, we are about to start very little bit, but in overall surveys, so nearly about the, let us assume the 500 megawatt per day if it consumes, right? This is a major threat to the power sector. The rate of the EV is increasing rapidly, but a few research is conducted on these issues, right? Some of the research already has been started. Even IEEE also has launched the transaction on this EV vehicles, right? The Indian government aspires for a nation with 100% new sales of electric vehicles EVs by 2030. So already government has focused, as decided, right? In 2030, most of the vehicles are replaced. They are assuming expecting 100%. At least we can expect more than 70% in reality, right? This can be changed into the electric vehicles. So market penetration of EV has been increasing drastically in the recent past. So even nowadays, all the people are thinking, right, why can't you go for electric vehicles, because fuel rates are much higher and the cost of the vehicle are also much higher. Now only the big issue is the storage. Once the storage and charging stations are very flexible, definitely people are ready to go with these EVs. But that is a very important major challenges at the user side. But for that also a lot of research is going on. How to overcome those things. That's why in Ashok Leyland, Bell Industries, they already started the research, and some of the vehicle has been launched earlier. Even Maruti also, they have launched the WagonR is changed to the electric vehicle, and it has been tested. Very soon we will expect on the road. We can expect we can see that in the road. Available renewable energy sources can be great option for solving this problem. So another thing is renewable energy is another area, right? This and all gives the motivation to use the electric vehicle, right? Why you are going for the electric vehicle? It has some advantages, right? Apart from that, right, we have some global motivation such way that it has the different directions of advantages. That's why the people and even industry and government are much encouraging people to use these electric vehicles. Okay, now electric, these are some of the examples, right? And need not be the same shape or size, just examples, right? From the internet, I can put right these pictures. Electric vehicles like auto rickshaws, electric tricycle, and electric motor bike are usually used. These type of vehicles have no license registration provided by this RTO, right? Certain CC, right? If you go beyond that CC, you have to go with the all procedure. You have to go with the insurance and you have to go with the registration. But below certain CC, right, this is not required for this. So that is one. This is another advantage of this particular electric vehicles, EV vehicles. EC bike can have the power is more than 800 watts voltage specifications of the electric vehicles, right? We have EC bike and scooters. They are rickshaws, right? The rickshaws and the EC bike, right? They are classifying the different voltage categories, right? Power is more than 800 watts, voltage 60 watt, 5 batteries of 12 volt each, load bearing capacity 300 to 350 kg, continued trip mileage of about 80 to 100 kilometer, charging time 6 to 8 hours per day, power consumption 8 to 11 kilowatt hour, right? And similarly for this, right, again power voltage rating load based on the this number of kgs, right? If consumption and depends on the vehicle weight, it can get vary. So this is some parameters. So you can deciding, right, which type of vehicles you are going to concentrate for that, what type of motor to be designed can be used, and what are the drawbacks, everything can be designed, can be analyzed, right? While coming to the electric vehicle, these are the some of the formulas can be used, right, for mathematical modeling, right? What is the power requirement of the electric vehicle? The EV is equal to capacitor, battery capacity, and the SOC is state of charging, right? Maximum and minimum difference and the total time duration. So this we can estimate what is the power demand of that particular vehicle. This is nothing but cross power including the losses, everything, right, put together. You can suppose one charging station, if you connected with the 3 or 4 EV vehicles are connected, we can submit everything. There is called say this is for the particular demand of the particular vehicle. This is the total power required for that particular charging stations. Now the another important factor in this is in the harmonics. Everybody knows harmonics is nothing but the fundamental harmonics. Apart from fundamental harmonics present in the particular waveform, the fundamental frequency, apart from fundamental frequencies, if a waveform present in the waveform, that is called as a harmonics. Harmonics is a total harmonic distortion in terms of current and voltages. So the current, as per the IEEE 1995, 1159 1995 standard, it should be below 8%. For voltage, it should be below 5%. So this is the standards. So at any cost, while using these charging stations, EV vehicle charging stations, right, the THT should not exceed that limit. If exceeds, that means you are affecting the power quality. I tell you, if power quality is not maintained, what is the big challenge, big threat to the power system? In future slides, I'm going to tell. And another is a transfer K factor is nothing but ratio, right? What type of transfer ratio to be used, because otherwise your transformer get overloaded. Okay, so these are the important formulas and the mathematical relation which can be used in the electric vehicle for our cases. Now let us assume there is electric vehicle charging locations. So if one feeder, let us assume there is a 6, 7, 8 chargers, right? Charging names, right? These names don't say about the names and all, right? They are just example. Example, I put this picture, right? This particular figure. So you can have 6 charging stations. If you connect this, if all charging stations are working simultaneously, there's a big burden to this particular transformer. So it's get overloaded. Once charging is all vehicle get charging, there is a chance of get overloaded due to the harmonics, and also due to the power factor, and also it is this particular feeder get voltage imbalance. So the phase sequence get differ. Because of this comes under the nonlinear loads. These all charging stations comes nonlinear load because it consists of the more number of converters, right? Different topologies are used here. So that is a big challenges. So only these particular problems we are going to concentrate on for this today's presentation. Right. Now coming to this I versus T time, that is your current, RMS current versus the charging current versus the time durations. Now you see here RMS current versus time during charging cycle. If I am consider say 120 minutes, right? You can see here the initially you have less charge. If you can beyond certain time, the charging current is much higher for the, because during this time the most of the vehicles are going to be connected. That means, right, let us assume that more number of vehicles are connected this part, so charging current is much higher. So this current will affect them. When current is increases, naturally the voltage come down, so that will create the voltage imbalance in the system. And here slowly comes down because of that this is disconnected. Your system, our charging stations are, the electric vehicles are disconnected from the charging station. It comes down. It's a particular cycle, right? It has been recorded just for analyzing purpose how your system's going to be changed, because your system has going to tolerate for this change and has to tolerate for this change, right? If systems or grids are sophisticatedly designed such a way that it has to tolerate these particular changes, then only your system can withstand the stability and maybe to work at the synchronism. There's a lot of issues, right? Consequences are there, everything will be taken down. Okay. Now, this is another simple example how these graphs I'm going to my idea of based on the, from this graph I'm going to focus how the power quality is going to affect due to this electrical vehicle charging station. For that only I'm trying to focus on that particular point. For that only I'm displaying this type of waveforms. While we're seeing this waveform, only 2 minutes into the charging cycle, right? If within the 2 minutes, you can see the THD values are almost, it is within the tolerable limit, right? And here the waveform also something look like as a sinusoidal waveform, not that much disturbance, right? It is a tolerable one, okay, for 2 minutes cycle. So it can able to tolerate by the systems. If you go for 134 minutes, that is more than 2 hours. So what will happen is we can see this due to the harmonics accumulated. So the waveforms nature is totally is abnormal while comparing to the sinusoidal waveform or comparing to the previous waveforms. So that's why you can see the THD also compared to the previous plot. This particular THDs are much higher, right? So it will affect the system. So when THD values are much higher, it will produce the unwanted current, neutral current, and also as well as also the unwanted heat, unwanted noise. So it will produce the lot of effect, thread, a lot of stress to the system. Okay, so that we have to be taken care. Otherwise, system get collapsed. So that's a big challenge in this particular topic. Okay, now time in charging cycle. You can see here harmonics, you have third harmonic, fifth harmonic, ninth harmonic. These have different charging time. So it starts from 2 cycles to 142 cycles. You can see the overall THD values, right? You can see it varies from 3.7 to 16. So up to 33 is okay, right? If you go beyond that, it will keep on increases, right? If THD values are keep on increases, so this will be more dangerous to the system. Okay, the THD level 1 and 2 charger, the third through ninth harmonics, including both the present magnitude and phase angle, right? This is a percentage of magnitude and phase angle, and THD for single phase charger level 2 at the different points across the charging cycle. So a particular case, just case studies only. These are particular case studies, right? Particular charger, it will work accordingly. The THD values are it will vary from the tolerable value to the maximum values, right? And this for 3 phase. So that single phase we discuss. In 3 phase also for 2 minutes, again the temporal waveform top and right, it's harmonic spectrum bottom, right? It's a waveform, temporal waveform. It's called a simultaneous waveform, and this is the harmonic spectrum bottom for a 3 phase charger near the beginning of the charging cycle. Note the 3 waveforms are nearly sinusoidal, corresponding to the spectrum consisting of only fundamental component. So only 50 Hz here. So it is almost a fundamental component. Say it is 90% fundamental component, only 10% is the other component. So the THD at this point, the time around is it is only 2%. Okay, the THD at that time is around only the 2%. Right. Now coming to the third harmonics, there is a three-phase system. When you come to three-phase system, you can the top one gives the simultaneous waveform and bottom one gives the THT. Now note that the higher order harmonics components but lower current magnitude compared with the previous figure, THT is now greater than 16% for all three phases. When coming to the three-phase system, so the cumulative effect is much higher. For charging station and all for higher capacity, we have to go for three-phase system. So that is a must one. So that complexity increases and your waveform distance also get increases. This is the THT for the three phases, A phase, B phase and C phase. Now as like single phase system, these also vary from say it is 231 and mostly almost same. Some phases are get differ because based on the charging stations which are connected, some phases get overloaded due to the non-linearity, and this is the phase difference only that only it will allow the more current in the neutral path. So that also when currents are flowing in the neutral path also, it will produce a unnecessary heat. So this is the impact on these things, right? So this is that we discuss about the THD. Now total demand distraction factor, feeder is more charges in use concurrently, right? Now you can see here. TD also, that your total demand distraction factor also considerably it is higher. So it will also violate the your system, right? This also below 10% as per the IEEE 115 1995. It should be that particular standard should be it will lesser, but here you can see here this also considerably is high. So this also to be taken care of. So both THT and total demand distraction factor both are considerably high. If you allow the more number of charger during the more cycles, if you allow it, so it will be have the big causes or big stress to the system. Now this will also produce the when connecting the charging station to the grid, it's also produce the DC offset in single phase charger. Offset means shifting the your waveform to the certain magnitude, right? DC values are present. So in DC values are present the AC waveform. That's why the AC waveforms are shifted. That is called as a DC offset. So that because of the conversion of DC, so you have using converter, rectifier, so many electronic circuits, powertronic circuits play the role. Because of that, there is a chance of DC offset. So 285 minutes into the charging cycle, so there is a shifting. So due to that also there is a some other components are present, constantly is present here. Right now, the impacts of EV when I connect them to the grid, there is a two cases are here we discussed. One is positive impacts and negative impacts. Certainly, positive impacts have the low emissions and integration with renewable energy, smart grid facilities, cheapest mode of transportation, reduction of fossil fuels and use. While going for the negative impacts, increase in power demand, harmonics, low voltage profile, transformer power loss. Okay, so these are the negative impacts, right? So the negative impacts, how to overcome? So basically in the all converters and the charging station, they're providing the sufficient filters, but this filter also can work only for the certain value of THT, at the certain value of the harmonics. Above beyond that, again this is another problem. Again, the profile voltage, because your supply voltage to be maintained, all the filters and all the apparatus, most of the circuits are designed. Assume that the input is constant and maybe slight variations, 10% variations. With the variations of 10% only, they are working out for all the designs. But coming to the practical things, right? It is not true, because the inputs we cannot predict is keep on changing due to the neighboring load and some of the other outage of the lines, right? There is a lot of other factors are playing the important role. So that's why we cannot predict. That's why this will produce a lot of impact on the system. So that is a negative impacts on the that you have got the your electric vehicles. Next is the transformer power loss also, because since it is always transformer working and the overrated, that is it's working at the high rated, so overload, so definitely that produce the extra losses. So that also concept is huge when connecting these particular EV vehicles. Okay, now we can within this, right? So we have come to the conclusion that there is a huge need of some solution for the your quality issues, right? We definitely will connecting the EV vehicles to the charging stations. It produce a lot of stress to the grid. So we understood that. Now we need some other solution methodologies. Several disturbances found in the MATLAB simulation act as a threading factor for power system stability, right? These are the fundamental studies, right? Well, coming the disturbance, right? From the MATLAB simulating model and program, we can come to know there is a lot of stability issues. Thus, the power quality disturbance should be minimized in order to obtain energy security and efficiency in power sector. So this is the case, okay? As it known that India has a great potential on renewable energy sources like solar and wind. Such kind of resources, integration of EV charging can be a great solution to overcome these power quality barriers, because whenever there is a voltage down or whenever there is a power factor issue, if you go with this kind of and whenever outage of lines or whenever there is not sufficient power to meet the demand, by those cases, by those time, if you connect the solar wind to the grid, so this can be tolerated certain level, okay? Right, now coming to the power quality, right? So this is, now we understood that important of power quality and how the power quality will affect when connecting the electric vehicles into the electric vehicles and charging stations. Now coming to the power quality. So electrical power quality is an ancient subject, at least by the electrical engineering standards. It is by the G.T. Hyde. He is a well-known researcher in the power quality. He wrote the first book, Electrical Power Quality by G.T. Hyde. He wrote the first book. That book, right, very useful to us. What are the issues and how to measure the power quality, right? Disturbance, everything is explained as a very depth manner. We discuss. He has discussed about all those things, right? And he has only found the area in which, right, the power quality plays a major role. Actually, in olden days, even electrical engineers and the researchers not that much concentrate about the power quality, because those times the sensitive loads are very less. Even the power qualities are happening, the systems are can able to tolerate those things, and previously no such major use of the non-linear loads. So the impact, that is power quality, that means the disturbance of power quality also little less, and even it is occur in the system. The systems are designed such a way that to tolerate those quality issues, right? That's what the previous studies and previous cases. Now the scenario is different, because all cases are more sensitive to the load, okay? Even if you take the go for even electric vehicle charging design also, now the people are thinking about how to make a intelligent charging stations, right? So those cases and all more even for small fluctuate in voltage, right? It will right, impact is more on the particular systems. Out even our application side also, we are using the more sensitive loads. Sensitive means it is your voltage margin, that is a voltage fluctuation, it should be allowed very little low, right? If, for example, take those days you are using incandescent lamp, now we are using LED lamp. Incandescent lamp, even you apply 50 volt, 100 volt, it can get the light, but the illumination level is less. But what the bulb we are using now is LED light. If your voltage is less than say 190, 180, the bulb may not work. Even works also, right? Inside all your components get overheated, so the lifetime get reduces. Okay, so that's the issue. So now we are going for we are using and we are depending on the more sophisticated loads. So definitely we require we also require this power quality issues. That is the main idea about this power quality. Now coming to the power quality in EVCS, right? I'm going to relate this power quality in the electric vehicle charging station. This EVCS has major impact on the power grid and distribution networks, and due to the consequence of huge power demand to recharge their batteries. Large number of EV charging stations, when integrates with the utility grid, it produces the harmonics, affect the voltage profile, finally affect the power quality. So this is the main key point, right, where you have to start the work. So while judging that, right, since I have already started working on the power quality in the distribution side, right now due to this increase in the electric vehicles, right, what is the quality issues in the grid side? So that's my focus. So in that way, so as per this right explanation, right, you can able to understand how this charging station will affect the quality issues, right? Now, VG charges are basically non-linear load, and it can produce a harmonics, power loss, voltage sag, and swelling, right? So these all words are very related to the power quality issues, right? So the power quality disturbance majorly depends on these particular parameters. So definitely it will directly related to the power quality issues. Now, power quality is important in order to safeguard the proper function of the power grid system and the loads connected to it. So this is the power quality is one of the important things to the grid, right, where the loads to be connected to it. Right. When coming to the power quality, without the proper power and electrical device may malfunction, not operate at all. So without the proper power, right, the electrical device may malfunction, not operate at all. So this well-known information everybody knows. The quality determines the fitness of electrical power to the consumer device. So that's right where the power quality stands, right. So we need the power, but nowadays we need the quality of power. So the power determines the fitness of the electrical power to consumer devices. Synchronization of the voltage, frequency, and phase allows the electrical system function properly. So this is a key points, right? How now the second point. So the power quality is important. That's where we are concentrating this power quality issues in the electrical vehicle charging station. Okay. Now the power quality can be defined as the voltage quality or power quality of the current can be defined as the measure analysis of the bus voltage to maintain sinusoidal waveform at rated voltage and frequency. So this is the important terms, and this definition also vary based on their standards, right? This as per IEEE standards I'm telling, and IEC standards also get vary based on the standard. But put together and overall, I could say this power quality means you have to maintain the sinusoidal voltage with the certain magnitude and frequency. So that's an important fact, but it will vary based on the standard. Some standards allows even THT is more than 10 also they can allow, right, certain value, and frequency also the variations, right, also can be allowed. This vary the standard to standard, because that standards are developed to the particular applications. So that particular application, what are the devices are going to be used, that device how much is tolerable to the your THT and frequency variations. Based on that your standards are framed. So that based on the standards, this definition also slightly going to be vary, but this is ideal definitions, right? How we are to maintaining the sinusoidal waveform at rated voltage and frequency. Now, power quality is used synonymously with the different names like a supply reliability, voltage quality, quality of supply, service quality, current quality, quality of consumption. So it will vary the different types of right names can be used to define the power quality. Right. Now coming to the what is the critical load? Critical load means sensitive loads. Now these loads are require almost ideal value of the voltage and frequency. Right. Now, what is the need of that? Because if here only your power quality is required, right? If you not maintain the power quality, this particular load it will not function properly, or it will damage the some other sequence of the work. So that is the issue here, right? So this needs a continuous and no break in power. So that is important things. And voltage regulation, continuous and no break in power. Maybe no need of your power quality becomes a major role here. Voltage regulations also by using a better transformer, right? We can able to regulate or with a better tap changing in a transformers, or we can put the better alternate devices, right? We can put proper excitation, right? We can put that. We can try to regulate that. Coming to the sine wave supply, here only you can have this our problem starts with the quality issues, right? When maintaining the sine wave supply, we need of the quality issues. That means we need the devices to maintain your quality. And isolation purpose, we can use the transformer, and constant frequency. So this frequency also to be maintained, right, by using the your quality control devices, right? So this is where you can say loads are this is a requirement of the sensitive load, critical loads. To give the supply to this particular load, we have to maintain the your quality of supply, right? Now, how the PQ is affecting with the EVCS, right? Now, this is the input, pure sinusoidal input is given to the as an input transformer, and to transmission line, it be connected to the your utility grid. When utility grid, right, feeder, utility feeder, right, is a grid, then finally is utility feeder is common feeder. Now, when this feeder here, just for simplification purpose, I put as a only one charging station. But if you see in practically, there is a number of charging stations, right, vary based on this capacity of the feeder. It can get vary. Now for even one feeder, you can see this while connecting this type of EVCS, the power in the point of common coupling, right? You can have the point of common coupling, you can suffer due to this particular EVCS. One example, right? This is a simple example. So due to this A load, the B load get distorted, you can get the voltage like this because of your nonlinearity. So this is a proven theory, right? Due to this nonlinearity, there is a change in the load in the other side. Okay. Now, what is the effects on EV and the grid? So connecting electrical grid. So when connecting the more number of charging stations, right? If you connect the more number of charging stations, all are charging simultaneously, right? So distorted current voltages we can see here. This distorted voltage is injected to the utility grid. Now due to this, there is the chance of harmonics, sag swell, voltage imbalance, flicker, notches, transformer overloading. So these are the different types of possibilities of effects on the effects of EV on the grid. Okay, so you can have this. So similarly, this for one particular grid, right? One particular grid, then to the feeder, local utility feeder, this is connected. Let us assume like that there is a different type of different grids are connected together, and sometimes feeders, right, is connected together. So that is the cases. There is these problems are becomes complex much more if not concentrated. So it will affect the your total stability of the system. Right. Now, based on your previous study, what are the common PQ disturbance? Reactive power demand, harmonic distortion, voltage sag and swell, voltage interruption, voltage unbalance, voltage flicker, notching, transient disturbance, frequency variation. So due to the EV, mostly harmonic distortion is a major one, sag and swell, then voltage imbalance, then flicker, notching. So these are also major things due to the EV. So in PQ, we have a lot of common disturbance. So apart from that, in this, the major concentrate of this particular EV in when connecting to the grid. So this type major in few things are majorly happen. Of course, other disturbance also may happen, but this priorities, this percentage is much higher when compared to the other one. Okay. Now this same thing I put it in the pie chart. You can see what is the percentage you can see here. So the voltage sag is about to happen is 60% because of the overloading, and you can have the can connect for long time charging. So it about the 60%. So interruption transients lateral is less, and your voltage swells are it is about 29%. So now coming to the various aspects of power quality, the aspects of implementing power quality improvement solution is include power quality monitoring and PQ database, costing of poor power quality standards, guidelines to be adopted and applied, utility regulation, tariff structure, power conditioning. So the power quality is also much required to meet out this particular criteria and standards and guidelines. Also the power quality to be implemented as per the standard guidelines, and we have to cost how to cost the poor power quality. Some people are introducing a lot of power quality issues into the system. How can put the cost here, and how to monitor, and the what is the utility regulations, right? How the power can be supplied, and what is the tariff structure is used, power conditioning. So this and all is much required for the power quality studies, right? So this will decide factors. This will decide if you want to this concentrate on this, right? Be that if you study about this power quality, if you want to implement the power quality standards on the particular system, they can able to do this kind of analysis and this kind of aspect you can think. Okay, actually now the some more planning also going on, right? How to maintain the power quality, because some people in smart meters and all they have provisions like that, right? If people are violating the power quality standards, they have to pay some extra tariff or something like a penalty. They have to pay it. Not implemented so far, but very soon we can expect, right? And some people require they well in advance they required or the connection itself they want the pure supply, quality of supply. For that they have to pay the extra cost, right? For double the rate, something like that, based on the government guidelines, right? They have to do that. Okay, so anyhow, right, this and all some other future plan what they are going to implement, right? Right. Now, why this power quality is important? If suppose if not concentrate anything, right? Suppose let us assume only I told only about the sensitive loads. If apart from the sensitive load, right, if power quality is not maintained in the system, so what is the main causes? Tripping the drive system of automated manufacturing process. So something like a steel industries or cable industry